I've been thinking a lot lately about the long game. I think a lot of contractors and a lot of people in general get so focused on this week, this month, this season, that they never really stop and ask themselves, what am I actually building over the next 10 years? That question has really been hitting me because I'm not just trying to stay busy. I'm not just trying to stack work. I'm not just trying to make money this season. I'm trying to build something real, something with structure, something with meaning, something that still matters 10 years from now. When you first get started in business, the mind is on survival. You're trying to get customers, you're trying to build your name, you're trying to pay the bills, you're trying to prove to yourself that this thing even works. And then there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the process. But at some point, you have to stop thinking about only getting through the season and start thinking about what your life is going to look like because all the seasons. And that's where I'm at. Because over the next 10 years, I'm not just building a pressure washing business. I'm building a brand. I'm building a system. I'm building financial strength. I'm building freedom. I'm building leadership. And I'm building a legacy. First, I'm building a respected brand. Not just a company people hire, but a name that actually means something. When people hear my name or see my company, I want them to think he's a professional, he's disciplined, he cares, he does things the right way, he has standards. That matters to me because anybody can chase money, anybody can chase attention, anybody can try to look successful, but building a respectable name, that takes time. That takes consistency. That takes repetition. That takes showing up the right way over and over again. And that's a big part of what I believe now. Confidence is built through structured repetition. That came from football. That came from being coached. That came from life. You don't become confident because you got lucky once. You become confident because you've done the work enough times that it becomes who you are. That's true in sports, that's true in business, and that's true in life. The second thing I'm building is systems. Because for a long time, like a lot of business owners, I've been the guy doing everything, making sure the work gets done right, making sure the customer is taken care of, making sure the details are right. And there's pride in that. There's honor in that. But I also understand if everything depends on me forever, then I haven't really built much yet. I've just built myself a job. And long term, that's not enough. So over the next 10 years, I want to build more structure, better systems, clearer standards, not so the business loses its quality, but so the quality becomes repeatable. That's the difference. The third thing I'm building is financial strength outside of the business. This one is big for me because for a long time, my mindset was Just pour everything back into the company. And yes, reinvesting matters. Growth matters. Equipment matters. Marketing matters. But eventually, I realized something. If all my money only lives inside the business, then my future only works if I keep producing. And I don't want my whole future tied only to that. I want to build investments. I want to build assets. I want to build security. I want to build peace of mind. I believe the business should create income, but over time. And that income should start turning into options. That's the goal. The fourth thing I'm building is freedom. And I don't mean fake freedom. I don't mean doing nothing. I don't mean escaping responsibility. I mean real freedom. The kind that comes from discipline. The kind that comes from repetition. The kind that comes from years of doing things right. To me, freedom means more control over time. More control over your decisions. More breathing room in your life. Not because you got lucky, but because you built for it. That's the kind of freedom I want. And the fifth thing I'm building is leadership. I don't just want to be somebody who performs well. I want to be somebody who leads well. Leads customers the right way. Leads a team the right way. Leads by example. Leads with calm. Leads with standards. Because leadership isn't just telling people what to do. Leadership starts with how you carry yourself. Can you stay disciplined? Can you stay dependable? Can you communicate clearly? Can you hold a standard when nobody's watching? That's leadership. And that's something I want to keep growing into the next 10 years. The sixth thing I'm building is a message. And that's a huge reason why I'm doing the Polished Contractor. Because I believe contractors need more than tactics. They need philosophy. They need principles. They need structure. They need standards. And they need identity. There are enough people online telling you how to make fast money. That's not what I'm trying to build here. I want to build something deeper than that. Something that reminds people that success is built on discipline. It's built on repetition. It's built on preparation. It's built on standards. That's what I want this platform to stand for. And the last thing I'm building is legacy. I don't want to wake up 10 years from now and only be able to say, I stayed busy. I want to be able to say, I built something real, something respected, something structured, something profitable, something meaningful, something that gave value to other people, something that truly something that truly reflected who I said I was. That's what I'm building. Not overnight, not through hype, not through shortcuts, but brick by brick, year by year, standard by standard. And honestly, I think every contractor should ask himself that same question. What am I building over the next 10 years? Not just what am I selling right now? Not just how much am I making this month? Not just how busy am I this season? What am I actually building? because your answer to that question shapes everything. Your habits, your standards, your decisions, your future. As for me, I'm trying to build something with depth, something with structure, something that compounds, something that lasts. And I'm just getting started.